Yeah, 1 2 1 2. All right, listen, guys. Come forward a bit because I feel like I'm gonna start breakdancing or something in this space. So just
Yeah, that's what I came for.
behave yourself. Just move forward a bit, please, 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 please. Because this whole political game that we get involved in, it's not a spectator sport, and this is one of the issues that really kind of drives me to do the stuff I do. Because we look at the decision makers and we think, we're watching Man City playing Liverpool and we just comment upon what's happening like spectators, while in reality, those people that are making these decisions are put there by who? Who puts them there?
Us.
I can't hear you guys. Who puts them there? For those of you that are remaining deathly silent, we live in something called a democracy. And if you didn't know, come May the 7th, you have the right to exercise your vote, so you can vote for the team that you think, okay, these guys are serving my interest. Does this make sense to us here? Because like I said, this is not a spectator sport, and this is the problem with politics in this country. I know back home in the Caribbean, when the election rolls through the town, man come out with speaker boxes and they got their t-shirts and they frying fish and they got the calypso singers out there, and everybody knows that you're going to get out and vote for somebody. Even if it's for the village idiot, you're going to vote for somebody. But for some reason over here, people kind of take it and, maybe it's just the English sense of reserve.
No, they're all shit.
So what you say? They're all shit?
A lot of them are all shit, aren't they? That's why people don't vote. It's not apathy. It's people
Absolutely, my brother. My man here said a lot of them are all shit, quote unquote. But you know that to make nice, pretty flowers, you need some fertilizer, some shit. Yeah. So right now you're looking at the pretty flower that's coming out of the shit. So let's break this team down and break it down very quickly. Do I have permission to speak, miss?
Yes, you do, but we do need to wrap up.
Absolutely. We're going to wrap it up fast, but we're going to break this down and make it digestible for you guys who don't seem to understand that politics is not a spectator sport. Come May the 7th, make sure you get out there and you vote. Vote for somebody. I mean, I saw a program a couple nights ago and it showed the struggle that the women went through 100 years ago for the right to vote. And I was like, wow. I mean, these women, they were, forget about the IRA. These ladies were out there, they were blowing shit up to get the right to vote. They was out there, and you never hear that side of the struggle that women went through to have the right to vote. So here we are all these years later, and we just, kicking back. I'm like, okay. So let's break this one down very quickly. They say there's going to be an eclipse coming up tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sister here is laughing, but I'm going to break this down to you on the mathematical level. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. The eclipse is when the moon comes between the earth and the sun, right? Now, for those of us that know the metaphysical stuff, we know that the sun, S-U-N, and the sun, S-O-N, is a masculine. Whereas the moon, for those women who have their cycle, they know it's a monthly cycle, right? So the moon is a feminine. So now here we are with the feminine coming in between and blocking out some of the masculine. And maybe, just maybe, what we've been operating under since whatever time has been a masculine driven mindset, which has got us to the point where we are today. And whatever we've been doing for the past whatever amount of years has to change. Einstein said that if you do the same thing continually and expect a different result, it's called insanity. So it's quite interesting that on the day of the eclipse, which is also the first day of spring, which is also, I believe, the start of they say it's the Jewish New Year as well. So you have this Iranian, okay, right? So you have this alignment going on here. So the fact that you're here tonight isn't by any form of excuse. It's not an accident that you're here. You're here for a specific reason. in a specific time. Don't let me get too deep on you guys, because I might leave you out of this conversation. But I'm saying that what this lady has done by bringing all this together is a very, very powerful step. Because here we are, and for those of us long-term Brixton people, so I wear the shirt I Am Brixton, and ain't no one can test me on wearing this shirt. Couple man tried to test me tonight, and trust me, it could have got messy on them. Because I remember coming to this place when this place was one screen. This was a one screen. They used to sell carrot cake and serve it up in some big old mugs back in the day. And they used to show late night films on a Saturday night till 5 in the morning. I know this place. So when man come to me, how you in a one? I Am Brixton to you. Who are you? I remember standing outside the town hall in the 80s with 1,000 men ready to go to war. Brixton has survived riots. Brixton has survived recessions. But will Brixton survive regeneration?
Yeah, of course it will.
In the form that we know it. Yeah? Because as the lady pointed out, people are being forced out. So what really politicized me about what's going down here, I lived on an estate called the Guinness Estate, just off Cole Harbour Lane, Summerleyton Road. I lived there for many years, 15 years. And this is social housing. And people lived there at a time when nobody wanted to live in Brixton. There was a time when estate agents was embarrassed to use the word Brixton in their sales literature. So you'd hear West Camberwell. And I'm like, that's Brixton, rude boy. You hear East Clapham. I'm like, that's Brixton, rude boy. South Kennington. Can you believe some of this? North Streatham. I'm like, yo, just say the B word. We're adults here. And now all of a sudden, Brixton is this place where everyone wants a piece of the pie. And you think a lot of the men that are eating off the pie, back in the day, they couldn't walk these streets. Because man would get rushed, because you had to have a certain amount of attitude to walk on these streets. So when I wear shirts that I Am Brixton, I'm like, man can't test me because I put the work in. So being a man off of the block, Summerleyton, when the landlords, the Guinness, was looking to knock down the estate that the poor people lived in for years and years so they could rebuild it and make homes for people that could earn enough money to buy a £500,000 two-bedroom flat. So all the guys that I know that lived on there was earning like minimum wage, cleaners, kitchen porters, hustlers. And we supported the neighborhood when no one would support it, and now it's on the up and up. They want to throw my people out. So they couldn't throw me out because I had a secure tenancy. So I would fight for my neighbors, and some of them you saw here today, like Betty. Betty lives at 182. I lived at 181. So I saw Betty every single day. I saw Betty when she got the baby and they come through, and that's my sister. And I said, Betty, what they're putting you through is wrong, and I'm going to fight on your behalf. I don't know about the rest of these people, because like I said, it did come like a spectator sport. But if you're going to swing, one thing about Brixton will always respect a fighter. You might not be a champion and you might not win, but it's how you fight. That's what defines your relationship to this community. Certain man got beat up, but they went down swinging, so they get respect. It's the man that just roll up and get their ass kicked that always get disrespected. So that's one thing I learned about Brixton. You've got to have a certain amount of swagger and a certain amount of attitude to deal with this thing. So for me to step into the world of politics, I'm like, yo, this is non-verbal, non-contact fighting. This is easy. This ain't no hard thing here. So when I saw how the Labour councillors that was elected year on year dealt with the people of Cole Harbour, Summerleyton, Central Brixton, by and large African Caribbean voters, I said, well, obviously, it's not as straightforward as what we thought it was. We always thought it was the Conservatives were the bad boys and Labour were the good guys. That's what we believed. And then what you realised was that Labour was playing some good cop, bad cop game. So the people were voting for Labour and they were still getting shafted with Conservative policies. And because people don't do the necessary work in understanding how the political process works, guess what happens when the election came up? Who did they vote for? Who did they vote for? They vote for Labour. And you're like, wow. So I realised that the only thing I can do is to join up with someone that's representing what my people are looking for. And I'm a bit of a maverick because I'll step out there and I'll do stuff and my boys, and I'll come back to the neighborhood and my boys be like, you did what? You went where? I'm like, yeah, that's what I did. Rashid, you're crazy. You joined the Greens? The who? I said, yeah. What's this green thing about, bro? What you smoking? What's good? And it was like that type of conversation. So when I then had to break down what the green policies were, then there was like, okay, you out there somewhere, but we like the talk, Rashid. Take it on. So last year we had the council elections, and out of nowhere, we came in second in Brixton as the Greens. No. See, don't get it twisted. To come second in the first past the post election don't mean shit. What I'm in it for, I'm in it to win it. That's the talk I'm on.
So, because I am the bad girl, that will wrap this up.
Yes. We're going to wrap.
Tell us what we need to do.
Okay, so here's what you need to do.
Band.
So your band can play. I hear that. All right. Then I'm going to start breakdancing and moonwalking, okay? Right.
Thank you.
Put the hat down, Ricky, and get some money tonight.
Yeah?
No, joke. Right. Serious. All joking aside. We have 49 days. 49 days to the most important election that you're ever going to face. Because if these bunch of politicians get elected for another 5 years, it's a wrap. It's finished. It's all over. It's done. It's that bad. You're going back to Victorian times where you'll be in workhouses and you'll be scrabbling around trying to eat whatever you can find. And there'll be a set of people that will be living up the high life. So what we need down here, sorry, not need, because need sounds a bit too weak. What I require is people to come on board with our agenda to take the seat of Dulwich and West Norwood. The mathematics of the seat as follows. Tessa Jow, who is standing down, who was now to become the Mayor of London, she got elected last time around with 22,000 votes. There were 23,000 registered voters who didn't vote at all. Do the mathematics. So whatever they're serving up is so unappealing that people can come at their house. So you gotta join up with us. Man, Ricky here has got the list. You sign up with the list, you put your name down, we contact you. Dulwich and West Norwood goes from Brixton up to Crystal Palace. We need people on the floor, we need people on the ground, we need people to man the phones, whatever you got. You want one of these shirts, if you bad enough to wear the AM BRIXTON shirt, they downstairs. My man Ali is on the table. Make a donation. It's all yours. Take the paraphernalia. Spread the word. It's on. May the 7th, 49 days time, it's on. Vote Rashid, vote Green 2015. And I come out of this community and I'm fighting for this community to keep it as a proper community. Thank you very much. I'm out of here.
Well,